adjust my
Also,
time.
because it uses WebRTC with the normal standard Firefox, often doesn't work with it.
Hello, everybody. This is our welcome to the stream. Let's everybody wait. Yes. Welcome to South Carolina Linux Users Groups, the Upstate Carolina Linux Users Group here in Greenville, South Carolina, and the COLA Columbia Linux Users Group in Columbia, South Carolina. Hey, Ben.
Hey, y'all.
And hey, Arnold. Welcome to everyone else online. Well, I guess it's just you right now, but the two of you. But so tonight, we're just kind of hanging out here and online. But I wanted to make sure that there's something on the stream for everyone. So I'm going to give a quick presentation on a program I came across called Mask. And then I'll also show, actually, I'll show you first Git Bisect, I guess, if I can think about how to do that. Okay, so let me get started here. Let me share the appropriate window. And I should have prepared to do this. So this is all on the fly, y'all. Do I need to make that bigger?
Only if you want people to see it.
Okay, then, yeah, I will make that bigger. Okay, so that's, no, wait a second. I got to do it for my group too. So this is the benefit of a live studio audience. Let's do what this. Is that okay? Is that any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a failure to null terminate a string on a certain port on Windows machines. And it just
Okay. All right, so the first I'm going to be talking about is Git Bisect. Bisect is a subcommand of Git. And so I've got a little Git repo here that actually I've posted online. If anyone wants to in future get to it, but it's just kind of a demo. It's very simple. Can y'all see the screen right there, or do I need to make it larger?
That's good.
Good. Okay. All right. And Ben and Arnold, is it big enough for y'all too?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, fantastic. So, simple little repo. I've got, of course, my license and my README. And the main program is this program right here. It's just a simple program, has an exit code. It says the exit code for this program is the exit code, and then it exit with the exit code. Right? Simple enough. You run it by running the program, and it does that. Simple enough. I got my repository, and let me just show you all the commits that I've had to this repository. You'll notice here, I'm currently here at main. I've tagged each of my commits with a tag just for the purposes of having a tag and shortcutting to, instead of having to type in these commit hashes. But you'll see what I've done is the exit code is currently 10. Last time I said it was 9. Before that was 8, 7, 6, and all the way, let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, but that's where I created everything. So let's suppose, I started out with a version 1.0.0, and then I incremented as I go along. Have a bug currently in your current repository, but you know that the bug wasn't there before, or you know that there's something changed. There's something that's different. What you use Bisect for is, I guess I should tell conceptually what it does. Conceptually, Git Bisect, you give it the bad part, you give it the good part. From now is the good, or now is the bad part, and let's say 3 generations ago was the bad part or the good part. Let me restate that because I'm confusing myself. Right now it's bad. I know that's last month it was good. So you say this is good. This is now is good. Now is bad. Then was good. And what Bisect does is it marks those two. You say run, or start. You start. Thank you. You say start, and then what it'll do is it'll go halfway between to the commit that is closest to halfway. And I don't know if it's up or down, ceiling or floor, but it's whatever's in between. And then you do your test, whatever your test may be, however that may be, to determine whether it's good or bad. Then you say it's good or bad, and then it will go halfway that in that direction toward the bad or the good, depending on what it is. And then continuously you say good or bad until it goes to a single commit that is where the problem started, or whatever you want to determine. And that is where you will be currently checked out.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. It's a binary search tree.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, everyone's got that for you. Yes, thank you. Binary search. Yeah.
Dealing with recent errors.
Yes. Right. Exactly. So that's how it works conceptually, and then you can look at your code, do whatever you need to do, and put it forward or however you need to. From that point is your own doing. But here's how you use Bisect to do that. So first, I need to say. Let me first say. Okay, and just so y'all know, if I do this, Git status is Git st. Let me show y'all right quick my shortcuts. Yeah, I've got some abbreviations here, like you're saying. So BR I've got for branch, CI is commit, CO is checkout. LG is a special kind of log, and ST. So that's the other one. I'll do ST for status, but that's you normally want to do get status, get branch, get checkout. Those are, if you see me typing those, I apologize in advance. Those are my little shortcuts from my CVS days. SVN.
What does it mean when you act like branch or get and status and make them auto?
Say that one more time.
The 3 lines underneath there that you're all setting to auto. What on earth does that do? I've never seen that. Branch equals auto.
Oh, this is the color
Oh,
section.
color. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. These are just my particular
Okay.
settings for Git. I didn't mean to show you all that, but they're there. But I wanted to show you my aliases. So if I ever start accidentally doing my alias, what I mean to do is a commit, a checkout, or a branch, or a status. So I apologize for that.
You were giving me a hard time for not learning the new team.
I know, and I'm again. It goes back to CSV and SVN.
RCS was the one I used.
RCS. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Okay, so let me run my program. Exit code is 10. Wait a second. $sign question mark. Exit code is 10. Holy cow, that's bad. I don't want that. That's bad. I must have had an error sometime. Let me, but I know that it had to have been, goodness, at least version 1.0.0 when it was good. So let me do a Git Bisect, and I should have a alias for that, but I don't. And the first thing you need to do when you're doing a bisect is you have to start doing bisecting. Okay, now it's waiting for both the good and the bad commits. So I know that right now where I'm at, and just for my edification, here's the log. I'm currently at version 160, which is exit code 10. Okay, that's just what it is. But I know that at least somewhere around 1.3, it was 7, which is what I'm looking for, right? Or let's say 8. I don't know. 8. All right. So so right now this current branch is the bad branch. I want to do a Git Bisect, if I could spell it.
So you just broke out of that to do the log. Is that what you did?
No, the log is on the current branch.
Okay.
It's still.
But you started your Git Bisect, and so that started something.
It started, but it hasn't really done I mean, it starts so that it's ready to accept a good and a bad.
Okay.
The point, it's like a pointer.
It's
The current version.
it's going to have a pointer. So first I need to do my bad.
Linus wrote it, so it's definitely just writing the file to your local folder.
Oh yeah. So the first thing I need to do is tell it where the bad is, and it's my current whatever it is, which I could, if I wanted to, check out into a different branch and then say it's bad from this point. But right now, because of where we are, I know that it's bad right now. All right. Now I'm waiting for the good commit. The bad commit is known. Right. So I'm going to do a git check out. Is that the right word? Check out?
I thought you were the one teaching it.
Yes.
He doesn't
Well,
use check
I
out,
use
he
the
uses-
I
You
use
can
CO.
use your shortcuts.
Yeah, I use my shortcuts. Okay, so
I thought you could just give it the tag of the hash, right?
right, that's what I'm about to do.
No, like you could just say Git Bisect good. and then-
Oh, can you do that?
I think so.
That would make sense.
I don't know if you need dash S tag for that. Or just
I don't know about tags. I
The
assume
hash seems like it's a word.
Like the
All right.
word hash
So for
the commit hash.
for right now, since I'm giving the presentation, we'll talk about that in a second. Feel free to call me out on it because that's good to know. I'm glad to have known that. That would help out a lot. But anyway, so I know that right in here, when it was before 6, that it was good. So I'm going to check out into that. I'm headless right now, detached head.
Right.
But if I run my program, okay, 5, that's not 8, but it's closer to 8 than I was expecting, right? So I know that it's somewhere in the good part. So I'm going to say git bisect good, if I could spell bisect, S-E-C-T, good. So now I have my good pointer and my bad pointer, and it's going to do, it has just now done the halfway bit. And this is the branch that it went to right here. So if I look at my git log of where I'm at, my check-in was that I did 7, and this is branch 1.4.0 where I had just checked out 140. So this is halfway-ish, not quite halfway. But I'm going to run my program, do my test, and say, oh, 7 is not 8, but it's closer. So I will say that this is git bisect. This is still good, right? Now it does the next halfway point, which is, this is the commit right here. And this is my commit message. 9 is even better. And so if I run my program, okay, 9, that's where it went over 8. That's bad. So I'm going to say git bisect bad. And then somewhere in 8, let me see, program 8. Let's see. $sign question mark 8. Okay, I think that's right. Git bisect. I think we're done actually. Nope. 0 revisions left. Wait, what's the error message I'm looking for? Okay, let me say that this is still good. Okay, now I'm completely checked out into this branch, and you can see because this is a full-on commit message with the commit and my message right here. This is the changes were right here. So if I run my program is 8, return code is 8. If I echo $sign question mark 8, that's where I'm at. So I know that this is where the bug started, and this is where I go in. If I look at my log, I can see that, where it was 9 and then 10, those have not yet been checked into this tree. I'm at the tree at this point in my history before, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's where I'm at. This is where I go and examine. I do my tests. I know now what I need to compare it to. In fact, I could do that. I could do a git diff of head? No, I'm currently at head. I'm going to just say version 1.6 6.0. I don't remember what my current one is. And that's my diff. That's what changed between now and 2 from now. Cool. So that's Git Bisect. Now that I've done that, I think it kicked me out of it. But if, no, it hasn't kicked me out of it. I'm still in Bisect mode because I'm still checked out at where it's 8 still. I'm still at version 1.4.2. But now I can go and do a Git Bisect. Is it reset? And I am back to where I was, where I am at 1.6 and 10. Does that make sense now? So now I know that it was this one that had the problems. I do my diff on this, between here and there from my current status, my current tree, and I can do that sort of stuff. So that's one aspect. That's the kind of the manual aspect of it. You say yes and no and yes and no, bad and good, bad, good, bad, good until you get it, and then you do your things manually. There's an automated way to do this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Git Bisect start. And I have first I have to, all right, I'm going to go, I'm going to bisect and say right now we're in the bad. And I'm going to use what you just recommended. Good. And just put in a tag name.
I think so.
All right. I'm going to, well, hold on. Let me do a tab. And there you go. Look at that. That's all my tags and my, like this is my branch name, my branches. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to instead, thank you for showing me that. I'm going to
You can use a hash there, too.
say again.
I think you can use a commit hash.
Probably a commit hash.
For
Yeah.
those of us that never tag.
Well, or you've got multiple branches too. In any case, you can use a branch, you can use a tag, you can use a commit hash.
I'm surprised that Tab didn't bring up the hashes, but I guess I'd just be confused.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
It'd be too much. So
Yeah.
it depends on his completion stuff that he uses, but most
Right.
completions won't show you.
Right. The completions is not going to search throughout my entire tree and look at all that. That's going to be so. I'm just going to give it the tag, and how about that? We are at exiting 5, so that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that. All right. So it automatically said between my current and my first commit is halfway through, and that's where I exited 5. But what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do automated version, Git Bisect, and use the run command. And at this point, I give it some sort of test command. Now, I happen to have already created in this repository, which I don't recommend having a script to test in the repository, because whenever you check out a new version, it may change, because if you're changing your test script as you're committing it, whenever it tests and you check into that one, it's going to be the old test, if that makes sense.
Just don't add it. Don't add or commit it. And it'll
Right.
be an untracked.
Right. Have it untracked or in a different repository, something else, or have it local and copy it a different name or something like that. Anyway, but here's what I've got. I've got a program called is less than 7, which all it does is it runs the program. Oops. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Checks the exit code. If the exit code is if 7 is greater than the exit code, then it returns 0. It exits with the 0, which is true in Unix. And if it's not, it returns a 1, which is a non-zero being an error code, as you know from Unix. So now I do a Git Bisect run, and I'm going to tell it this program here is less than 7. Run it, and here we go. Now we are in the offending
Nice.
commit. You'll see here that it ran through it. It ran 7, less than 7, and halfway through found that it was 5. Then it did determine that was not less, that it is less than 7. So it said that was good. Then it went up and to the one that the commit message was, or sorry, the program ran, executed us and exited 7. I'm getting cotton mouth. I apologize, y'all. Which determined that that was not less than 7. So that was bad. Marked it bad. Then it ran again, which exited 6. Determined that that is good, and that's where it ended. To this, which is a regular, hello. Was that the gong? Should I stop now? So here we are. Yeah.
Does it land you at the closest good or the closest bad?
It looks like the bad. Let me see.
Yeah, because it's trying to tell
No,
you which
it's-
commit caused the problem.
This is where it's still good.
Okay.
Because
It laid
6
you on
is
the good.
6 is less than 7.
So that tells you at which point.
Oh, and yeah, because now you can dip this to your last
Yes.
one and find the
And fix it there, yeah.
So if I
But it
do,
is telling you what the bad one is there.
so if I diff it with main, that's my changes. That's all of my changes in my entire repository, by the way. Which just so happens for this repository to be one line, but
Yep.
your repository will not have that. In fact, you should probably do
You don't know how simple that was.
a stat. Just that one program, it had 2 character changes. So, and I guess that is Git Bisect.
Except there's an opinion.
Except there's opinions
Oh, yeah.
about it
Yeah,
in the
so my
room.
opinion is you can use Git Bisect if you want. It requires that you use. First off, I didn't know about the automated one. That is kind of nice. It requires that your repository has certain characteristics that nothing I work on has. Every commit needs to be small, relatively small, and indicates like one train of thought more or less. I do that. My coworkers don't. Every commit has to compile in order to be able to be executed on that run.
Yes.
And it obviates the ability to use squash merging. And we use squash merging across the board. And so like if you go to like a released system, you can't do Git Bisect and like actually find the problem. You can find like the PR that has the problem, but we know which PR has the problem because that's the one that broke prod. So it just doesn't work in my workflow. And
Yeah.
that workflow is the workflow I've used for all like IoT related like hardware/software deployments. It requires that you use like the full history tree on your PRs.
Yes. Yeah. If you squash your tree, then
Yeah, I have used it, but I use it for personal projects.
Personal stuff.
Where I'm like the only one committing and I'm doing everything correctly along the way.
for pull requests, for your individual pull request before you squash it.
Yeah.
That would be
If you introduced a bug like 16 commits ago in like your own PR, it's a good way to find it quickly. Especially like I write the test myself and I run it each time. That's way faster. I didn't know about that run. That's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. And just because I told it a command, you could actually type the whole command.
Yeah.
Sure.
From scratch. Hey.
And here's my opinions on his opinion. I mean, if you have a
You
good
do?
project, yeah, like if you have a good project, you should have CI running on every commit so
Yes.
that it won't get merged into main unless it passes. Also, like,
Yeah.
squash merging is dumb. But
Squash merging is
yeah.
the best.
But that assumes you have a test that could detect the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
In your CI.
That was
Yeah,
also
yeah.
part of my opinion, but I redacted that one after thinking about it. I was like, no, we have problems that we don't have tests for. That's how the problem show up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you had the test, theoretically,
Yeah.
it shouldn't get in there.
So it's at that point that you write the test
That's right.
and add it to the repository.
Yeah, the other one is
For
a
your
lot of the
CI.
stuff we do is microservice based, and usually the microservice is small enough that like you can grok the whole thing yourself and just figure out where the bug is based on. And we log messages, which also is easy to figure out where the problems are. It's really good for finding intern issues.
Intern.
Intern introduced a bug, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here all day doing this. Like, let's just run Git Bisect and find this problem.
It's also good for finding where some open source dependency
Yeah,
broke
yeah.
your problem.
version
I've done that
dependency.
before. Where,
Yeah.
I had a bug that showed up and it was working fine on Rails 6, wasn't working on Rails 7, and I wanted to try to fix the bug, but I had no idea where. And there's tens of
Yeah.
thousands of commits between those two versions. I had no idea where
That's
to
a
start
good.
to look.
That's a good idea.
And
I would
so-
like a Git pre-bisect, a thing that will just check out my current repository and step the version one patch at a time on an open source repository, compile all of them and then bisect the answer to find like what's the highest version I can actually use.
Well, what I did is you can put Rails in like kind of in your app, and so you can basically use the master essentially if you want, or whatever commit you want. And so I did that, and so then I basically set it at version 6, the version 6 that was working, and the version 7 that wasn't working, and then just let it and it with each version it checked out that, I guess it was a sub branch or whatever, subtree. Checked out, and what was amazing is like conceptually the binary trees are fast, but like when looking at that, like I said, there were literally tens of thousands of commits, and it only took like 5 or 10 actual runs of the test suite for me to figure out which one commit was the problem.
You could also say, isn't that the maintainer's job? Like, aren't you doing his job for it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a subtle bug that got introduced, and so they didn't have it in the CI, and it was a unintended regression, but and I wanted to fix it, partly because it affected me, but partly upstream it, and it was a couple commands, and the next thing you know, I knew exactly what commit, and then once you know the commit, then you kind of got an idea of that's why that started causing the problem.
Yeah, it's just in my experience, it's just been if the commit log is contiguous enough that I could use Git Bisect, I just check out the middle branch, check out I just do the binary search myself. There's only like 10 commits or something.
Yeah.
If it's more than that, I usually just do an investigation of the actual problem and just try to trace it.
Right.
Now that I know about this run, I might give it another shot though. This is kind of nice.
Well, I wish I could use it, but the majority of what I'm doing is CI/CD stuff, so that I have to check it out, send it off.
I wish I could
Run
use
the
it,
test.
but I don't write bugs.
Oh, well,
So
that's
just never need it.
That's a great idea. Not writing bugs.
Yeah, just stop writing bugs.
Yeah.
Just get a hole in one every time.
Okay. Any questions online? Anyone else has any other questions or topics of discussion for this Git Bisect? Yes.
I think you can do Git Bisect skip. I don't know if
I'm
not sure.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think there's a.
Might
There's
be.
a help. Get Bisect help. We'll just tell you what's in there.
Yeah.
What's get
Don't consider this commit.
Like if it
As I say,
doesn't
it's probably,
compile.
It's
Oh.
you-
We'll just go down.
there is a skip. Yes, you mark such and
Yeah,
such
for
as an untestable revision.
Nice.
That might be where you say
Yeah.
these are the ones that don't compile.
It would be really nice to auto, because at least my team is good about putting WIP in front of shit that doesn't compile. So there's at
Okay.
least
But how do
that.
you know if you skip it? How do you know if it's the good or the bad?
That's the
You just
problem.
gotta
Yeah.
take a guess.
No, because it
That's
doesn't run
exactly the
anyway,
issue.
so.
Yeah.
I
We don't
guess
work overtime, so wherever I am at the end of the day, I don't know if my Mac's going to start up in the following day. So I'm just work in progress wherever I am, push and go on.
And
Well,
there's
that's where you rebase that when you finally got it.
Yeah. Well, if you plan to bisect someday, but if you don't, who cares? You're just going to squash merge.
so if you notice, Git Bisect has a lot of different commands. In particular, I want to point out that I used bad and good. That's kind of the default.
Yeah.
But you also have new and old, or you can just give any kind of terms that you want.
Oh, use markup.
Yeah, you have to say what the term good is and the term bad is. But you could just say,
Use people's names.
use people's names. Intern A and intern B.
Intern and Bill.
Yeah. So, how about that? You can have a visualize and Git K. I haven't used that before.
Does anybody use get K or does everybody do the command line?
I've never used Git K, and I only use command line, but I think I'm unusual in that regard.
Yeah, a lot, everyone I work with uses, well, I don't know if it's Git K, but they use, it's like Git Desktop, and there's a Mac one that specifically they use that are
Well, and there's plugins for VS Code and every
they've gotten
IDE.
better.
Every
Like,
IDE
10
has.
years ago, it was I was fixing people's ref logs every single day from screw ups from the Git desktop, but it's gotten way better. It's a rare scenario where I have to fix somebody's Git.
To me, the main reason why I like using the CLI is just so that way if I'm on a server, I still
Yep.
know how to
Same.
interact with Git.
Well,
I
what
have
was
to
it
be on
that
a
you
lot of
said?
servers.
If I'm connecting into a server, there's no, GUI.
If you don't have.
And
to.
so
Yeah.
I guess I'd rather learn
Yeah.
the tool with COI local. So I'm using the same tool in both places and
Yeah.
I'm having to learn,
Right.
okay, here's the tool I use when I shell in somewhere, and here's the tool I use local.
Yeah.
That's just too much for me to me, the easier way is just learn one tool.
I also do contract labor, and a lot of places, if they care enough, they will enforce that we use a particular IDE when we're doing our stuff. And they're like, I'm not going to learn the Git tool of every IDE. Like, I'm just going to use command line for everything.
One of the other things, you got the power of the command line. Like you can do git status and then filter
Yeah.
just for the files you change, and then use Xargs to feed that. And
Well,
here's
and
all my
more
tests
importantly,
I changed.
you can set up your config with tons of aliases so that, like, I
Yeah.
have specific ways of doing the login, like where it highlights my name, and, like, uses various other pieces, and it shortens a bunch of shit. Yeah, that's why I use Git LG. Yeah, it looks a lot like that.
That was one of my aliases.
Yeah.
But I hadn't noticed this before, but Git Bisect log has what just happened. So I did a start,
That's nice.
then it's waiting, and then I marked the bad, then I marked the good, and then it was good and bad and good. And with each commit message here,
Whatever has a dash send email.
oh,
on it.
is there? Probably.
Git bisect send to intern.
Like,
There's the problem.
And that was a Git help. If I do a dash help,
Git board.
that's the man
I use
page.
that one a lot.
So what I was just showing a second ago was Git Bisect help. This is Git Bisect dash help, which is the man page for Git Bisect.
I think you can do git help bisect and get the man page.
It'll probably inside.
Yes.
Or get help any subcommand.
Right.
Get the man page.
Right.
So, yep. And that is
Thank
Git
you.
Bisect. Yes, cool.
More fun with Git customization is you can make your own commands for Git. You just
Yeah.
have to name it Git dash and then whatever you want, and it will just do whatever you feel like.
Cool.
I have one to tell me what I did yesterday, who is responsible for this code base, like what percentage of the code belongs to each person.
Oh wow. Does that go through
Blame
the?
a lot.
Is that? I was gonna say goes through the Git blame.
It's mostly like I'm a contractor, so like I'll get onto like a new code base, and I'm like started last week, and I'm like, who is responsible? Like, is this a person that still works here?
Right.
Is this someone who's emailed?
Who should I ask questions?
Who do I ask
Yeah.
for problems?
I
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so let's Git Bisect. Do y'all want me to show you math?
Yes,
I learned about.
All right.
Hey, Jace,
Yes, go ahead.
let me stop this live stream so that we can separate the videos.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
Pull out the 1 hour time.
Yeah.